Hello, Chill Computer Guy. Today we're in Bitwig Studio 2.3.4. Here's the thing. I wanted to take a xylophone solo. I wanted to chop it up. I like to chop samples. And there's a million different ways to do it. Some ways are easy, some ways are hard. But Bitwig Studio is actually pretty good at this, but I do have a few little complaints here about Bitwig Studio. Let's go ahead and open this up. We're talking about the xylophone solo. That's a nice little xylophone solo. Hey, if you know what song that's from, leave it in the comments below. So here's the thing. In Bitwig Studio, what it does is it basically puts the entire track on. You just duplicate that for all your drum pads, and you create Let's go ahead and zoom in here. So you can see the start and stop markers here. And if you go down here, it turns into a magnifying glass, and you can push up to magnify it, which is great. That's awesome. The problem is the loop markers don't stay centered. If I just push up, it goes somewhere, and so I have to go all the way down. And so I have to kind of, as I'm zooming in, I have to constantly kind of like keep them in my sight. It's quirky. It's not good. It could be better. It's just kind of a little bit of a pain in the ass, you know, and then you have to find it, and then you can adjust it here. Also, you can go full screen on the sampler now, which is super badass. Let's go ahead and go to main so you can see that thing. Same thing, it's the magnifying glass, but again, if you zoom in, your selection doesn't stay centered, or your in or out point doesn't stay centered. And so and then once you're super magnified, it's pretty hard to find that. You know, if it's bright, there's the out point, and then there's the in point, should be around there. It is. Then again, you kind of, you know, as you zoom in, that thing just yeah. It could be better, Bitwig, is what I'm getting at. But this way of slicing up your song into individual drum hits is really, really strong. It's really, really good. It's accurate. You can get it right on the dime. Not only that, but you have potentiometers for the starting point. So you can adjust that you can get real precise with the sample. Not only that, but you have a steel release time, which is when you let the key down. And so it's a very powerful, great sampler. The only gripe that I have about it is when you're zooming in over here, it should stay centered. This thing doesn't stay centered. And so as you zoom in, it doesn't track your selection. So as you zoom in, your selection should automatically be anchored to the center of the screen. So you're constantly zooming into your selection. And then when you get to the in and out point at the extremes of your screen like this, you should be able to zero in on one or the other, you know. Or maybe just have a little icon that you can click, and it will instantly zoom out to your in and out point. Similar to how if you double click on a MIDI clip, it fills the entire zoom range. You know, super powerful, handy stuff to have. But as far as, you know, chopping up your samples, it's really, really well done here. Really, really well implemented here in Bitwig Studio. The only gripe I do have is when you do use this magnifying glass to zoom in, I wish your in and out points were anchored to the center of the screen, or just maybe make like a little button here, either on the sampler or on the window, where your in and out point will automatically expand to fit your screen. Kind of similar how when you double click on a MIDI clip in the arranger or in the clip launcher, it automatically zooms out to maximum on your screen. Something similar to that with the sampler would be super great. But definitely make it so when you zoom in that your in and out markers stay centered. That's a huge issue. It's really, really squirmy. And when I was cutting up this loop, I got very, very annoyed very quickly. And it's something that hopefully Bitwig Studio will fix in a future update. So yeah, check it out. Slice up your audio file into little samples here for your drum rack, and then you can arrange some MIDI on the MIDI grid and get all kinds of crazy wackiness. But in the meantime, you got to check out this xylophone solo. Oh, if you know what this is, if you know what song this is from, comment below. Let me know if you know. All right, Chill Computer Guy, if you haven't already, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, click that little bell so you don't miss anything. And yeah, comment below. Let me know what you want to see. Tell a friend about the channel. Remember, it's not for beginners or experts, it's for everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys later.